Hello, welcome to Tech Digest for March 2nd. So, to kick things off, we have a massive shift for mobile privacy. So, Motorola, if you remember who that is, they have pretty cool foldable phones now. So, they announced the official partnership with GrapheneOS. So, they're rolling out it as a free new business-to-business solutions. Pretty cool. So it's not every day you see major OEM officially teaming up with this fiercely independent and privacy-hardened Android distribution. So, commenters are, of course, cautiously optimistic. I'm thrilled, they're thrilled, everybody's thrilled, but we'll see if Motorola will actually allow unlocked bootloaders. If we can actually run other distributions also, not just this one. That would be cool. But we'll see. It's possible it will be just for businesses. Moving over to security, the critical vulnerability making rounds called ClawJacked. Well, okay, of course. So this exploit allows malicious websites to hijack OpenClaw. So once hijacked, the attackers are able to steal data directly through the agent. If you're integrating open source agentic workflows like this into your personal stack, of course, you need to be aware how these agents interact with unverified external web elements. So yeah, I mean, prompt injection galore all over the place here. Really, don't do this with your personal data. There's been some terrible examples. Next, here they're building real-time interactive applications. So it is notoriously difficult, and because latency kills the illusion of conversation. So here, developers showed off custom voice agent built entirely from scratch that hits a sub 500 millisecond latency. It's a fantastic benchmark if you're building your own voice interactive tool. So trying to figure out where the performance bottlenecks actually are. Yeah, so this is conversation here. Let's see. Speaking, listening, yeah. Yeah, agents are hard. If you try, so Firebase and Android SDKs, they have very cool, the Gemini, I forget what it's called, live voice models that talk to you, and you can actually barge into while it's talking. You can barge into it, but it's hard. 500 millisecond is part of it. The other part is actually controlling your own destiny there as far as what is talking. Voice detection. They have voice detection, but it's actually not quite correctly working in Firebase right now. Anyway, this is my side project. A little bit down the rabbit hole, but this is cool that somebody actually is looking at this directly and I think using local models. So very cool. Python might be a distributed king of model training and number one on GitHub. Well, it keeps shuffling with TypeScript every year. But anyway, when it comes to orchestrating AI agents, tides might be shifting a little bit. So this new piece here argues that Go is actually the best language for building AI agents. When you wire up complex, highly concurrent systems and managing reliable network calls, Go's strict typing and Go routines make a lot of sense for robust agent architecture. Yeah, and definitely is something that people have observed for the last couple of years. Unexpectedly or expectedly, Go became like the tool to actually do streaming. It's very good at this because it has concurrency, and it's like embedded threading, so you can have multiple things going on at the same time. You can argue TypeScript has it. Not really, because it's single thread. So Go is amazing. So if you especially if you're building like server side with multiple users, very cool. So give this a read. Maybe learn Go if you build the agents. But yeah, it is very cool. Definitely agree here. So speaking of moving past Python for production deployments, check out this repo, Timber. So it's pitched as Olama for classical ML models. So instead of dealing with heavy, sluggish environments, Timber provides streamlined execution engine that claims to run, okay, let's see, 336 times faster than Python XGBoost. So, okay. Commenters are enthusiastic. This is very cool. We do need the classical ML also. It's not all transformer models. So not every problem needs LLM or the modern generation of models. And these native execution speeds are nice for like regressions and random forests. Over to the hardware and material science. Um, the Nobel Prize winner for last year just revealed an incredible off-grid water device. It claims to be able to extract 1,000 liters of clean water per day from desert air. The most impressive technical spec is it supposedly operates effectively even when the surrounding humidity drops to 20% or lower. Definitely something people have been trying before. Dune comes to mind, but commenters are cautiously optimistic. So numbers are kind of staggering here. This is definitely a pretty big leap compared to previous implementations. And people in comments are debating the thermodynamics, energy requirements, and scalability of this kind of metal organic framework to pull this off. This would be very cool because there's water. It's just not in the ground. For anyone plotting on deep dive into computing history, this next project is mind-blowing. So somebody has managed to implement functioning virtual reality environment, what they call computer-generated dream world, running entirely on the 286. So this is a masterclass in extreme hardware optimization and squeezing every single clock cycle out of 80s silicon. Okay, let's see. Jeez, that's so custom. Where are the pictures? Does it run Doom? So funny enough, I think Wolfenstein actually ran on 286. It did not require 386. But this is very awesome. No pictures. Sorry. No pictures of virtual reality. Staying on topic of retro computing, today actually marks a massive anniversary. The AMD Am386 was released exactly 35 years ago today, March 2nd, 1991. So this was a chip that proved that AMD could really compete natively with Intel's architecture, the 386, effectively breaking the monopoly and changing the trajectory of modern PC hardware market forever. Yeah, it took them like 10 years to actually be super competitive with like K7. But definitely kind of broke monopoly. This is very interesting. Like lawsuit galore a little bit over there, but it happened. So this is awesome. Love the open hardware architectures like this compared to some others. For embedded developers and hardware hackers tuning in, there has been an interesting find regarding STM32 microcontroller. The new post breaks down the RDP1 decryptor. So the RDP, which is readout protection level 1, is supposed to secure the flash memory from external dumping. So any tooling that bypasses and decrypts this is a major development for embedded system security. Yeah. So this dongle, let's see. Okay, so they actually bought this device and it works. Very interesting. Crazy. Finally, wrapping up with some web dev tooling. Web Audio Studio. If you have ever tried to build complex in-browser synthesizers or audio routing, you know that debugging it is a nightmare. So this new tool acts as visual debugger specifically designed for web audio API graphs, letting you actually see audio nodes and how they're wired together. Yeah. Might have to. Oh yeah, there we go. Needs slightly bigger window. That's a funny one. Let's try this.